I'm Ken Fobb, and this is NewsNet, Baton Rouge. Grab yourself a tea or coffee as I go over with you headlines and news from our local area and region. While reflecting on Black History Month, a major and prominent figure in the famous Baton Rouge bus boycott, retired attorney Johnny Jones, now 95 years old, from his top floor downtown apartment with a view looking out towards LSU Tiger Stadium, is quoted as saying he sees a lot of change since the days when, shortly after returning from serving in World War II, a police officer beat him up during a traffic stop while he was on his way to seek medical treatment in New Orleans to remove a piece of shrapnel from his neck that he received during the war. He says experiences like that are what motivated him to embark on a 60-plus years career and journey as a civil rights attorney here in Baton Rouge. This includes his role in America's very first large-scale bus boycott right here in the city of Baton Rouge in 1953. He recalls that only 15 days after he finished obtaining his law degree from the Southern University Law School, he was asked by the late Reverend T.J. Jemison to serve as the official attorney for the Baton Rouge bus boycott effort. And after a 2-week boycott, the Baton Rouge City Council passed an ordinance to reform the bus company's discriminatory seating policy and practices. This milestone civil rights victory served as a blueprint to Dr. Martin Luther King and the Montgomery bus boycott 2 years later, which was led by Dr. King. Mr. Jones says that he often reminisces about his personal observations as he was present when Dr. King arrived at Reverend T.J. Jemison's church, Mount Zion First Baptist Church on East Boulevard. He recalls Dr. King wore his signature wide brim hat, but that Dr. King was not flamboyant at all, that he had no diamond rings on and had no flash. Instead, Dr. King was very humble, he says. Dr. King came to receive advice on how to conduct his upcoming Montgomery, Alabama bus boycott effort. And Mr. Jones recalls Dr. Jemison and Dr. King talking for more than an hour. And then on a side note, he recalls that Dr. King expressed his love for public speaking and oratory and a good legal fight. Mr. Jones recalled Dr. King saying, quote, "There are two people I listen to and I don't argue with them, my English teacher and my lawyer," close quote. As attorney Johnny Jones celebrates Black History Month this year, he says in his opinion, quote, "Much of Dr. King's dream has been fulfilled, but there's still work to do," close quote. Our Lady of the Lake Hospital is trying to inform the public about the importance of defibrillators. An automated external defibrillator known as an AED is a machine that can restore the heart back to its regular rhythm within minutes. According to health educators, this type of medical emergency equipment can shock the heart back into correct rhythm, which can allow first responders to get the heart working properly and to get the blood circulating like it should to the brain, to the heart, and throughout the body. Health educators say that a prescription from a physician is required in order to purchase an AED and to have it placed in a building location. So Our Lady of the Lake Hospital is trying to advocate for the placement of these machines in schools, businesses, and communities at large, because of the great difference they can make in saving lives. Activists and protesters from 4 separate Louisiana education groups protested recently outside of the East Baton Rouge Parish School Board office, accusing the school system of not complying with a new school accountability law. A state law known as Act 555, that's Act 555, was approved last year and requires public schools with state-mandated academic improvement plans to hold at least one detailed public meeting on school grounds so that parents can learn what educators are doing to turn the schools around. Protesters are arguing that Act 555 required public meetings as quickly as November the 8th of last year, and that the school system has failed to share their plans with the parents of at least 59 schools. However, on the other hand, the East Baton Rouge Parish School System officials say that Act 555 took effect in August of 2018, and that the meetings it calls for are not required to be held until April 17th of this year at the earliest, and that this is when the state is set to approve the next batch of academic improvement plans, and that if those plans are approved, this new law requires that the schools affected must hold their public meetings with parents within 60 days or by the middle of June of this year. So there you have it. There are apparently 2 different interpretations of Louisiana Act 555. I will keep you posted, so stay tuned in. These have been your headlines and news from our local area. I'm yours truly, Ken Fobb, and I'll see you next time right here on NewsNet, Baton Rouge.